Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Butterfield. In my last video, I explained how I had a spiritual awakening and upgrade about 4, almost 5 years ago, in which one of the things that happened was that I became a channeler, kind of in the sense that Jay-Z Knight is a channeler and Esther Hicks is also channeled. Um, um, if you're of the materialist worldview and you don't believe in spirituality or that kind of thing, that there's a supernatural phenomena out there, I'm here to tell you, well, yeah, there is. That they're not making it up, and neither am I. But I understand that you don't have any other evidence than just me telling you, in order for you to ground that understanding in terms of the worldview you have. Ultimately, I'm going to be discussing in future content the materialist worldview from a philosophical perspective, as well putting my perspective in terms of science as we understand it. And ultimately, I hope to bring it all together. I'm pretty sure I will. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I had a vision. This is another one of those things that happens to me. Sometimes I get visions. They're kind of like a feeling about something. Check my notes here. Like a feeling about something, a feeling like there's a story there, just a sense. Some cases there will be like an image or a thought or even a voice, and then it's usually there's kind of a hint for me to explore something. So a few weeks ago, I had one of these visions, and I wanted to share it with you tonight. I'm going to put it in context for the people out there who may have the materialist worldview. So I kind of call you a normal person, normie, as it were. So basically, as I've come to understand it, the panpsychism worldview is sort of the closest to what actually exists. Ultimately, there is one single source of intelligence that imagines everything into existence, and that is the divine feminine. So the way it works is that the divine feminine is the source. The universe is ultimately biased with her love and intelligence. And the physical beings, everything is ultimately a being. And the physical is the divine masculine. And it is the spirit of the divine masculine that moves everything. So that's the sort of foundational nature of our existence. Now, as it goes, we had a philosopher named James Lovelock who came up with the Gaia hypothesis. And what he proposed was that we consider the Earth as a living being. And the Native American and Canadian cultures also ascribe to the belief in a great spirit. And the natives consider like nature to have spirits in them, in particular bodies of water. I have a friend who told me there are lakes that are lakes up in northern Ontario, I think, that are known to pull people in. And so you got to be careful around those ones. So the story that I want to tell tonight is about the vision I had. And the vision came about a couple weeks ago. I started having the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald" play in my head. And I sat down at the piano and I started thinking about a documentary I saw on global television about 10 years ago. And it was the story of the boat, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It was launched in 1958, and it was the biggest freighter that ever been built on the Great Lakes. It was 1 foot short of supermax dimensions. Now, when it was launched, it was so big, it ended up crashing into the dock and sent this big wave splashing onto the people there. And a man who was watching actually had a heart attack and died. Over the years, and they explained in the documentary, it was this big flat boat, and they said when it got in rough water on the waves, it would twist and bend in the waves, like it's full of iron ore and minerals and stuff like that. And it's out there on the water, bouncing up and down and bending. So This is what I learned in the vision. November 1975. Gitchigumi over the years. Lake Superior. The song goes, the legend lives on from the Chippewa down, in the big lake they call Gitchigumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. As far as the lakes was concerned, Gitchigumi said, that boat is too big. So, buddy, it showed. Said, we're going to do something, we're going to kick. We're going to find out what it does. We're going to see what happens when we shoot the bitch. Gitchigumi said, I'm going to kick up a big fucking wave, and I'm going to kill that boat. And buddy, it did. Fucking hell. So, a hurricane strength storm up on Lake Superior. The Arthur M. Anderson was following behind the Edmund Fitzgerald, about 10 miles behind. They reported two 30-foot rogue waves pass by them, pass beneath them. And buddy, those waves got big and they got killer. They said, fuck, do it. Fucking 300 feet. Fucking did it. Right down behind him. Fuck. Crashed into him. Smash. Fucking did him in. Fucking tell him. The boat flipped over. Cracked in half. Tumbled down to the bottom. There she sits today. One side upright. The other side upside down. 170 feet apart. Ripped in two. And that's the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Hello, I am. Let me tell you, I get this thing called anything. AMSA. Help. Well, that's a good one. So, thanks. My name's Daniel Butterfield. Check me out on my social media channels. Stay tuned.